I started, I don't know, 30 years ago in high school, playing guitar in punk rock bands and heavy metal bands.
It was your beginning,
Yes, yes.
metal area. And what happened later? How to continue?
Then I started learning classical music, classical guitar, and then I got to a point that I found world music, and then I was overwhelming with all the instruments and cultures, and I wanted to learn everything. And then I start looking to Portugal and see, okay, Portugal had lots of instruments, good instruments, lots of different cultures, different ways of doing things, but I didn't feel that was anybody doing it the way I thought, the way that I fell in love, like I fell in love with music from other countries, and then I started trying to doing it. And I started picking the Portuguese instruments and playing it, and it was a bit like that. It was this was a bit my side project, but then I was working with a guy that makes some of the field recordings that were there. And when he started to do the field recordings, he gave me the raw material, and then I make one of the songs that I played yesterday. And then I said, okay, this is really different, this is really grooving. And then when we played live, the reaction was, oh, nobody stood indifferent to that. So it started, and I started to build it.
And did you find old people or another people also by yourself or no?
There's Alf that was made by Tiago, my friend, and he was recording all over Portugal. And then after years using just their videos, I felt that I had to connect to the people in the videos, not just using the image, but I wanted to know the people by itself. So I start recording, and it's a process. You know someone, you record, and then they know another guy, and then you go record another one, and then a friend, you should record my grandma that knows some nice songs, and it goes like this, mouth to mouth, time by time, and you start finding nice people. Now I'm doing these like live shows, like a regular concerts, like you saw yesterday. But I'm also doing some special shows in Portugal, when I spend a couple of months in a region recording people from that region, and then I present a special show only for that region. And it's not normally in a square with the video 360 degrees projected on a buildings. So I think that's a thing that I would like to do, and touring. Yes, lots of the ones. The one I think most influences me. It's a band from Sweden. It's called Erningarna. I don't know how they say it in Swedish, but it's something like that. They were from the early 90s, and they changed the way folk scene was in Sweden. It was very influenced. When I heard it for the first time, I said, I want to do something like that with Portuguese music.